We got to deal with it.
It's brutal. I agree with that.
Let's do it. Let's talk about it.
Excited for this, says Toby.
Talk about it. Yeah, we're gonna have some fun. What's up, y'all? How we doing? John and Nadya Melton coming to you live. Are we live on? Yeah, we're live everywhere. What's up, y'all? Money Monday, 5 p.m. Woo! Let's get it. Freedom Motivated. Who's free? Drop hashtag Freedom Motivated if you're hopping on with us live or you're watching the replay. We're excited, jacked up, fired up, and excited as usual. This is going to be a very, very important conversation. Baby, it's cutting my head off. Just.
I like it, kind of. Oh, is it too close? Should we push it back?
It's just why.
Maybe you created obstacles in the studio.
Nadya likes to mess with everything. Look at this. It won't let me share. What is this? This new?
Oh, I can't even get on board with Facebook, baby. But let us focus.
I don't know what's more annoying. I got to be honest. Facebook or TikTok? My goodness. Facebook's
baby,
glitching.
Don't say the name.
I know they're probably going to be like, they're going to be like, oh, really? So we're ignorant, huh? So we're messing with you? Now, or knock on wood, because they could always make it a lot worse. What's up, y'all? Renee, Linda,
so we're
Nikki.
only using, Ben, 2 devices. We're live on my phone on TikTok, and then we're using our computer to go live at once in 5 different places. But we're using StreamYard, so I love it.
We do love it.
Okay, if you're joining us live, can you say hello, please? You guys, I'm going to just give myself some grace at the moment because I just finished meditation.
Taking a nap.
And my current circumstances is I live in Maryland. I don't know why. This is the time of year when I start to ask myself serious questions. Why do we live in Maryland? It is so dry, like legit. Thank gosh for my beautiful accessories where I can moisturize instantly and give nourishment to my eyeballs because they're dry. It's really a stress express over here with my eyes. Anyways.
We truly have limited reasons as to why we live in Maryland.
It's right.
There's the list is just shrinking all the time. I mean, the kids are in virtual school.
Minimum.
It just doesn't make a lot of sense. But then the question would be where to live.
I know.
Naples.
It's a positive problem.
Sarasota.
What's up, Roger? Hi, Tiffany. Loretta is in the house.
Let us know in the comments. Where should we buy a second home? Or where
Michelle is here. You guys, let us know, where are you tuning in from? Yeah. And is it not humid where you live? Because if it's humid there, I want you to instantly. So much gratitude because, dry air, dry skin, dry eyeballs, it's just dryness.
Yeah. So let's talk about
Nigeria's in the house.
MLM being banned by the TikTok.
Florida.
And we'll see how they enforce this. We'll see how they deal with this situation. And some of you aren't even on TikTok. Some of you probably don't really use TikTok, and then maybe some of you use it all the time. So I'm sure we have all different types of humans on. Plus, we're live on TikTok. Go figure. But here's our thing. And I told Nadya this because I was like, look, if we're going to talk about this, I also want to talk about really why a social media platform like TikTok would ban MLM. And part of the problem is, number one, there's a lot of young people on TikTok.
Yeah.
And they are maybe easier to be taken advantage of, right? It's easier for a scammer to take advantage of a younger person, right? A person that, is maybe a little more open-minded to something. Mm-hmm. And the truth is there are some legit Ponzi schemes out there. Like there's this crypto MLM, Daisy. I don't care if someone says, oh, I'm in Daisy, John, that's messed up. Look, it's scam. I don't care what anyone says. I look at that and I go, scam is written all over it. I got pitched on it. And this guy literally told me, listen, John, I found a way for us to not be in MLM and become billionaires by next year. I'm like, okay, listen, I'll entertain this conversation because the guy that hit me up is actually the #1 income earner in another MLM. And I mean, he makes, $400,000 a month plus, does really well, sharp young guy. I'm like, okay, let me look at it. Scam. And I told him, I'm like, dude, this screams illegal. So that's my opinion. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they're going to be a legit business and lots of people are going to have success. But I look at it and I say that's getting shut down and people are going to maybe get arrested. So when you have programs out there like that, get rich quick schemes, unfortunately, they categorize all of those, business opportunities into the same category, especially when you see there's a lot of MLM companies out there. And look, y'all have either been a part of it before or you've at least seen it, where it's a company that is very much promoting the opportunity, make money, get rich. And it's a problem because the truth is most people never get rich in network marketing. And by the way, most people never get rich.
Right.
Period.
Yeah.
Finish the sentence. That's the sentence. Most people never get rich. Period. In anything. So knowing that to be true, when you have these people that are very promotional, their entire social platform is just make money, get rich, I work from home, freedom, fire your boss, and they're making income claims. They're literally posting their checks, posting their income. This is the problem. And this is bad for all of us, right? Because somebody might say, well, that's TikTok, whatever. I'm not going to waste time with TikTok then. But the truth is this could happen on other social platforms, and other social platforms, by the way, don't want, these opportunity-based opportunities. You should have a product-based opportunity. Do you understand the difference? Product-based opportunity, you're selling the product. You have real customers. You have people buying the products, loving the products, people that are buying the products outside of the compensation plan. They're not buying the products to make money. And there's just a lot of companies that are kind of playing in that gray area. And they make it really tough for the rest of us to build a real business. Now, with that being said, Nadya just did a TikTok. I said, baby, could you please do a curiosity, value-based TikTok on how you nonchalantly create curiosity? And she did it. She created it. It took her, maybe 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Right? It took her 30 minutes. She was doing it while she was putting on her makeup this morning. It was value. It was beauty tips. And at the end, she promoted our liquid collagen product. Super simple, right? And by the way, that wasn't the only product she promoted, but it's a great example if you wanted to go watch a video where it's not this spammy tammy type of video, right? And her just having commission breath. Go ahead.
Thank you, John. What's up, you guys? By the way, if this is your very first broadcast with us, let us know in the comments. Drop the word new. John and Nadya Melton here. We've been actually inside this network marketing profession for almost 2 decades. So it's fair to say that we've seen the good, bad, and the ugly. Like, we've seen it all. And to give it back to John, because I am thinking this, if somebody is joining us for the very first time, how are you guys to qualify to speak on this topic? But we've made millions of dollars inside the industry. We've also been associated with some people that did things all kinds of messed up. Right. And we've been actually parts of organizations that were disciplined because stuff was not being done correctly, right? So over the last couple of decades, there's a lot that we've learned. And then, John, I legit think you are the most educated, maybe not the most, if we were to,
I don't know anyone, no, but I know what you mean. Nobody has studied comp plans, different companies, products, strategies.
Is a student of the industry. There's so many companies that you get pitched on, and then you actually take the time to understand how they do what they do. And of course, we have clients and students inside the industry as a whole. So, so as fans of the industry, we have a business inside the industry, but then we also love people that are not in our company, but are still in the industry. And what happens is, I think it's a very important conversation that all of us need to get on the same page with, because if there are people inside your company that are doing stuff that is not the right stuff, it's going to hurt everybody in the industry. And I don't care what industry you look at, There's going to be good companies and bad companies. And you can take a look at a very by the books, amazing opportunity. And inside that company, you're going to have good people, and you're going to have people that are going to be breaking rules and stuff like that. So I don't think anybody is immune to the conversation. So I think we want to take a look at how should you really think through building a business in 2020 going into 2021, but also ensuring that you're not exposing yourself to situations where all of a sudden the rug gets pulled from underneath of you. So we want to take a look at it. Baby, I love the way you think.
Yes.
You're such a genius, baby. Go ahead.
So a couple things. Number one, I do want to point out that you should really share this with your teammates, tag anyone you know in the networking profession, direct sales, MLM, whatever you want to call it, affiliate marketing, blah, blah, blah. Anything where you're promoting opportunity or you're promoting a product, Even promoting products, you got to be careful.
Yeah.
I mean, there was a bunch of letters sent out to really big, well-known companies by the FTC because of using the COVID-19 coronavirus to promote their products. Like, hey, this product helps boost your immune system. Like, you can't do that stuff. And, you know, it's interesting too, right? Because we all know the truth is if you get in great shape, you lose some weight, you are going to boost your immune system. But saying that to sell your products is a huge no-no. You just can't do it. And, you know, the FTC, the social media platforms, they just don't want upset people complaining about networkers. And even if somebody says, well, my company is, you know, free to join, or my company is an MLM, it's direct sales, or it's, you know, a membership program, or it's direct to consumer. It's, look, at the end of the day, if you are directly pushing, promoting, and selling, there's a possibility you're going to get flagged. And even if you're not doing it, people in your company might be doing it. And that's why it's such an important conversation, because, you know, there are a lot of, unfortunately, there's a lot of MLM haters. There's a lot of boss babe haters. There's people out there, they don't like the positivity. That's funny. So I invited my one of my really good friends from high school to a meeting in 2006. He came to the meeting, and this was like a legit meeting. I mean, we rented out a Ravens skybox. I mean, it was like the presidential suite at Ravens Stadium. This is years ago, 14 years ago. And we had this top earner, this top leader come out and do a presentation. My buddy sat in the back, and he said afterwards, he's like, I don't like it. I don't like it. I said, dude, why? You need to make money. You hate what you do. Like, well, I'm confused. And he's like, it's too positive. That's what he said. It's too positive. Some people just don't like happy people. They don't like to see other people succeed. And the truth is, they also don't like to see their friends getting taken advantage of. They don't like to see scams. And by the way, neither do I. See, I get people that'll sometimes inbox me and they'll go, how dare you talk badly about my company? You know, I thought you were an advocate for network marketing. I was like, yeah, legit network marketing. And that's why I'm against your network marketing company or your scheme. Like, you know, some of these things aren't network marketing companies. They are schemes. Okay. So whether you call yourself an MLM or not, the point is these social platforms and these haters out there sipping on the haterade, they don't always know the difference. They don't know the difference. You can get into nuances with them, but at the end of the day, if you are very promotional in nature, and here's the other thing, this is why we go back to not saying the name of the company you're with publicly. Now, I know there's some people that they you know, like if their company was Freedom Motivated, they'd be wearing the shirt, right? It'd be plastered all over their social media. The problem is when you do this, you are just making it more obvious for these anti-MLM people, these social platforms to target you. And again, it comes across as an infomercial. Does anybody go to an infomercial channel and just watch it for hours like it's your favorite channel? Like you can't wait. You can't wait to infomercial and chill. No, it's Netflix and chill. It's Netflix and chill. Why? No commercials. Nobody wants to sit there and be sold to. But if you do it strategically, if you do it leveraging curiosity, value first. Like I said, Nadya did a TikTok. If you wanted to look us up, it's just John and Nadya Melton. That's our TikTok handle, John and Nadya Melton. And it was 2 videos ago. She did it this morning. She uploaded it already, but you can watch it. It's value, it's tips. And at the end, she recommends taking the liquid collagen, which is one of our network marketing company products. All right. So we're not just teaching you in theory. We're in the trenches doing this. We have a multi-million-dollar business and we know what works and what doesn't. And we've been teaching this for 7 or 8 years. You know, the first time I heard about magnetic sponsoring and attraction marketing, I was hooked. Why? Because I wanted to not have to chase people. Anybody else? Smash the heart button. I know we have over 370 live viewers here over on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube combined. And then we've got over 20 here on TikTok. How many of you smash the heart button or drop some flame emojis if you would rather attract people to you versus you having to pitch and sell everybody within 3 feet of you, every single person you come across on social? Look, I've enrolled 7 or 8 people this month, literally in different parts of the world. I don't need to sponsor anybody, but I still sponsor people. Why? Because number one, I want to lead by example. I love starting new teams. I can't wait to see what the new team can do. I want to show people what's possible. I love helping people, but I also don't want to have to chase people, beg people. Anybody else? See, our business is a lot like dating. How many of us remember dating? For some of us, it might have been a while, but I have no interest. Like if I would have pursued Nadya with commission breath, right? Very eager, very desperate. She'd be like, oh, not interested. You got to play the game, right? When you lead with value, I was just listening to Gary Vaynerchuk this morning, right? And he was talking about, too many of you are right hooking too soon. You don't put out enough value. You don't put out enough content. Bottom line, I like to call it social equity. What's your reputation? That's really what a brand is. And if you look at our social media, you look at Facebook, Instagram, our TikTok, our LinkedIn, our YouTube, we do more teaching. We do more entertainment, right? Because we want to lead with value. We want to lead with relationships. We want to lead with, helping people first. And then sure, if we make a little money, that's nice. But I guarantee you will attract more people with honey than vinegar. You will attract more people with love and value, with abundance mentality, with being authentic, with being vulnerable at times, and mixing things up. I mean, look, what I love about TikTok is it's a fun platform. And ultimately, you may not like that they banned MLM. You may say yours isn't an MLM or whatever the case may be. But at the end of the day, they're trying to protect their user experience.
Yeah.
That's all they're trying to do. So if you're being annoying and salesy, and it's fun, wasn't I saying just a couple months ago, we had people on there that were running it like an infomercial, killing it. And by the way, I'm not saying not to promote your products. I want to be very clear about that.
Good.
If you've got makeup, skincare, hair care, legal services, travel, lotions, potions, pills, water filters, I don't care what it is, right? Except for crypto. I'd stay out of crypto MLM. Do crypto, do MLM, don't combine the two. Not a good idea. And please don't say, well, mine isn't an MLM. Who decided that? Your company that's not owned by anybody? Scam, shady. But all normal, ethical networking businesses, I'm not saying not to promote your products or service. You should. Just don't do it in every single TikTok and every single post. That's the problem. You come across as running an infomercial. And if people keep seeing your stuff, they're going to get annoyed, which is funny because all they got to do is just say, I don't want to see this anymore, block you. But some people are so nasty and negative that instead of just ignoring, they would rather attack. And typically I'd say just ignore them. Who cares? Block them, invite them to your VIP block party. But when the platform itself steps in, to me, that's a time for all of us to step up and do a better job with leading with value and using the platform for the purpose of the platform, which is to entertain people. I go onto TikTok to get ideas, to get inspired, but also because it's a fun platform. I like the short little videos. How many of us are the same way? Instagram now has Reels. Facebook's coming out with their own version. YouTube has their own TikTok version. It's going to be everywhere. Short form videos it's the future, but we together collectively smash that hard button. If you agree, we need to protect these social platforms. If you see someone doing it the wrong way, just say, hey, look, please stop. It's not good for any of us for you to come across as a scammer, a spammer, salesy. And again, I know some of you play in that gray area, more power to you. But I just think we can agree that eventually, if these social platforms are wanting us to use the platform the right way, then there's no problem with that because that's what we should do anyway, because you will generate more leads and ultimately you'll make more money. And you'll have better quality people excited to be a part of what you're doing because they don't want to constantly sell and pitch either. They don't want to share 3 before and after pictures per day. Make sense?
I love it.
All right.
Okay.
Sorry, I went on a rant there, but
no,
I get fired
that's a
up.
good rant. I love it too. Okay. So for those of us that go, okay, give me like a little bit of like a technical, like a formula. How do I think through it? 80-20 rule is what we teach, right? So 80% of the time, just show up with value. TikTok specifically is a platform, like you said, baby. They love entertainment. Like make them laugh, make them smile.
Make them cry.
I love it.
Give them
Smile.
chills, the goosebumps.
smile while you still have teeth is a good one. just be looking for ideas and ways to bring joy to people. Matter of fact, 80% they say of people on social media, they're bored, they're stressed. So if you just show up as that positive person, and you now just are building that reciprocity. You're building
can we give them a specific example?
The bank account.
I want to give them a specific example. So Tiffany Clonch is killing it on TikTok.
Yes.
And Tiffany just won for the third time in a row. We've had that Destin trip 3 times. I don't know if you know this, but she won today.
Again.
So it's the third time she's won, which is a big deal because I don't think anybody's won twice. She's won 3 times.
Wow.
So she consistently puts in new customers. And if you were to follow Tiffany, you'd be like, wow, she's promoting her products, but she's telling stories and she's sharing tons of tips, fitness tips, diet tips, like recipes. Like she leads with promoting the keto diet. Does that make sense? So that's how you want to show up. So you mentioned 80-20 and I got excited because that's a perfect example, right? Like if someone has a channel, right? A social media channel.
Yeah.
And this, by the way, your social media is a channel.
Right.
And maybe it's beauty tips.
Yeah.
Maybe it's skincare tips.
Yes.
Right. And then you mention
5 keywords.
Right.
Like just,
good.
Write that down because I love to be technical. Do you know what I mean? I want to translate John into, so you guys, if you're new to us, right? Let me just give it to you straight. John is the wow and I'm the how.
I have lots of ideas.
Yes.
But some are
to the point where my brain becomes a little bit like overwhelmed. So if you're feeling it, I'm going to bring it down to you a notch -10, right? So here's the wow, I'm the how. So I like to think, if we're going to show up 80% of the time, what does value mean, right? So we talked funny, we talk how to, inspiration, emotion, right? Empowering, something like that. That could be quote of the day, whatever. With TikTok, you can just be saving into your favorites ideas that you love that you can also model, right? 80% of the time. Think of 5 key words. So 5 topic ideas. So if you and your girlfriends were out to dinner over a cup of tea or a glass of wine, what 5 topics do you usually talk about?
Right.
So for me specifically, I love beauty tips, especially now that I turned 40.
You don't look it, baby.
Thank you, baby. So now that, both of us are 40, baby, welcome to the 40s. Yes. High five. High five, baby. So we actually create content that is around health, wellness, and beauty. Matter of fact, we shared last week on our different channels, right? About how we had a little bit of a scare with this melanoma situation, right?
Yeah.
So, so we did our annual checkup, right? We did our annual checkup and then they found a couple spots. And then last Tuesday, I had this surgery that honestly, I did not think was going to be anything dramatic whatsoever. Not to be dramatic right now, but I thought I was going to die through that procedure. I am so surprised they didn't put me down.
When she says die, she just means it hurt. It was her back. She it sounds bad when you're like, I thought I was going to die.
Oh, okay.
You never actually thought death was around the corner. It just,
right.
It was
very, very scary.
They went into her back and just
took out a lot.
Scraped
the
out.
scar was really, really huge. Now it was melanoma stage 0, right? Stage 0. But we felt it was a message that we needed to share because, I'm super grateful that he forced me legitimately. He kept brainwashed me like, baby, we got to go. And hello, there we are. And we prevented and we shared it. Right. So I want to challenge you to start to look at your life and what are those little tidbits, aha moments, like little lessons that you can turn around and you can share 5 keywords. And then 20% of the time, and this is the conversation that I really love and I'm really obsessed about, but how can you 20% of the time, how can you nonchalantly, repeat after me, nonchalantly, baby. Nonchalant, baby.
This would be a great example, right? Who knows? Maybe someone will go buy this water, which I don't make money on, unfortunately. But someone might go buy this water just because they see me drinking it.
Yeah.
Nonchalant promotion. Someone might say, John, where do I get a shirt like that? mylifestyleacademy.com/shop. So do you see how you can promote something, right? This is another one of our tools, our physical tools.
I was going to use it. Thank you.
Go ahead and use it, baby. Do you get it? So there's ways to promote your products, your services, your opportunity without being so direct in nature.
Yes.
And again, you'll attract more with value, with, helping, with serving, with humor, with empowerment than you will by directly selling and pitching. Now, that doesn't mean you never do it, but you do it strategically. You do it with value first.
You do it classy.
Yes, not trashy.
You please do it classy. Okay, so you guys, we do want to answer your questions too. So make sure you're dropping them.
I did see a question come through. Somebody, I think Christine asked, she said, because we love doing Q&A.
Yeah.
She said, Christine, how about TikTok lives? We do TikTok lives every day. We love going live on TikTok. The downside is some of them are really freaking good and they're not saved. So that stinks. But hey, they're fun. It's a great way to get more leads, more followers. In fact, we're live on TikTok right now. So we love going live. And again, you could be more promotional, maybe in a TikTok live because you know it's coming down. We talked about this the other day. It's once it's over, it's gone. But you also asked the question about Linktree. I think it's fine to still have your website in your Linktree. I think that's fine. I don't know if we might test it out. We're going to mix things up. We're going to sometimes have it there. We're going to sometimes take it down. I haven't made a final decision on that yet. So for me, I'm still a big fan of having people shoot me a message, drop a comment, like reach out to me. I don't like people to figure out which company I'm with without having to talk to me. It's just my personal opinion.
Yeah.
Look, if what you're doing is working and you don't think you're doing something that could get you shut down or ghosted or what is it called?
Ghosted.
No, what's the thing that people
shadow banned?
Shadow banned, right? Some people are like, I think I'm shadow banned. I'm like, no, I think your content sucks right now, but it's okay. We all go through ebbs and flows.
That's why we call him real John Melton.
Keep it real, right? But I think for me, I'd rather people have to reach out to me and ask me what I do versus if it's in my Linktree, they can click on the link, they can go to Google, they can figure it out, they can buy from someone else, join someone else. Just my opinion. But TikTok is a little different. So we've played with having it in the Linktree and we've played with it not being in the Linktree, people having to reach out to us.
Yeah.
We've had an application they had to fill out. So we've tried some different strategies. I don't want to say what's right or wrong because it depends on what you want to do. It depends on how you want to conduct your business. I always think it's best though, if you can get someone reaching out to you for advice, for more information. I always think that's better than just sending them to a link. Just my opinion. Unless you're like a massive influencer and 99% of you watching this are not.
Yeah.
And even a massive influencer, they would close more people if they just had a little bit of a back and forth dialogue. I mean, Shalene Johnson talks about that all the time, right? Interacting with people and answering questions in her DM. If you're engaging with people and they trust you, I cannot tell you. So I've generated a lot of leads on TikTok. Like I think we had over 2,000 in like 1 week. It was insane. Now I didn't talk to most of them, but I did my best. And I'll tell you, a lot of them go, I don't have any money. 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 And in my mind, I want to be like, well, isn't that why you're reaching out? Because you don't have any money. And if you want next year to look better than this past year, then you should probably find the money to start a home business. But at the end of the day, I'm not going to convince and beg someone, but I can tell you part of it is a lack of trust. People find the money if they see the value, right? They'll find the money for your product. They'll find the money to start that business if they see the value. But typically the money excuse, in my opinion, a lot of times they might not really have money, but they could find the money. It's not that you lack resources, it's that you lack
resourcefulness.
Right. So they could find it if they had more trust, but this is why you keep showing up. You keep over delivering. I've had people that literally like, I've been following you for years, for months, never interacted or engaged with me. And then out of nowhere, after a year of following me, they reach out and they're like, hey, I have a question. I'm going to buy your course. Or, hey, I want to know what company you're with. I'd like to try some product or whatever, right? Hey, my company got shut down and we're looking for a new home and you're the only one I'm reaching out to. I've been following you and Nadya for a year and I love your stuff. Why? Because they relate to us. They see us show up every day and they feel that law of reciprocity. If you can create law of reciprocity in the marketplace, you'll never have to worry about money again.
So good.
More questions come through, Nadya?
Yes.
I know I was going on a roll.
You.
Look, Alana said it took me a year to buy your courses. Exactly.
Yeah.
And even if you never bought our courses, so do you see the difference in mindset? And I know that's hard when you need the money, but the marketplace doesn't respond to need. When someone says, I need money. So lots of people need money. what are you going to do about it? How are you going to deserve more abundance? How are you going to deserve more money? You can feel sorry for yourself, but that's not going to help you. You can cry in the corner and, oh, boo-hoo. Like, look, I've been broke. Nadia's been broke. We were broke together. She was telling a story to the kids the other night. We were so broke at one point. I guess we were in an argument about something, and you owed me $10.
Yeah.
She owed me $10. Now, we weren't like all that serious yet, but we were on the verge, right?
Yeah.
It was like early on in our relationship. We were friends first, for sure,
Mm-hmm.
right? I just thought she was so hot and cool. But we were also like very young, so it's kind of like, just be friends with benefits. But anyway.
Baby, just focus on the story.
I owed you, or you owed me.
Anyway, so we went.
What is this cutting me off? She owed me $10, and I said,
to dinner.
Write me a check.
And he said, don't worry about it. I got it. And I remember thinking, oh, thank goodness. I only have $14 in my bank account, and I'm here all alone from Russia. I have no family in America. I'm all alone in this country. And my, at the time, boyfriend, we got into an argument. And he's like, oh, by the way, I'm going to need that $10. And I remember feeling that petrified feeling of, oh my gosh, are you serious right now? So you guys, listen, it all can change. And money, honestly, it's just it's how much value are you bringing to the marketplace? And we can go off tangent right now, and maybe let us know in the comments if we should do a video where we can give you some ideas on how you can generate income. I mean, honestly, today we live in a global economy. There's online tools where you can just quickly figure out how to exchange at least time for dollars in the beginning. There are websites like Upwork.com, like Fiverr.com. For an example, right now, we're looking to hire more people to help us repurpose content we create.
Yeah, if you know anybody.
For TikToks.
Yeah.
So if you know somebody, or you already yourself have a really, really, really unique ability to make videos specifically for TikTok that are entertaining with words and stuff like that, help us repurpose content, we're right now hiring. So what I'm saying is, it's just like a mindset shift. And once you graduate to that, now for some of us, we need to really brainwash ourselves. One time in our career, I remember our mindset was so negative. And I remember we were in such scarcity in
hope.
Our brain. Yes. And we lost hope for our vision, right? Specifically our vision for our business at the time.
Right.
And we were so on a mission. And then it was so disappointing because we were faced with the decision of, oh my gosh, we have to walk away from a business that we put our butts on the line for. And we told everybody we know and thousands of people over 7 years that this is it. And we have to walk away. So it's our brand is hurt. Our ego is hurt. Our scarcity was with us, and literally for a month, I remember I would put on movie The Secret. Do you guys remember that movie, The Secret, right? And we would watch it every morning because we had to take drastic measures to just brainwash ourselves, right? And to release the scarcity so we can attract. And a lot of times when it comes to generating money and bringing success into your life, into your aura, it requires you to elevate your frequency to that next level. Kind of like if you're watching television. I'm not a fan of the news. Matter of fact, I even heard this from Ted Turner, who at the time he made this quote, I don't know if it's still true today, but he owned one of the biggest television networks. And somebody asked, what's your favorite show on your network? And he said, I don't know. I don't watch TV. TV keeps poor people passive. That made an impact, right?
Y'all hear that?
But if you're watching TV and it's negative and it's making you feel bad, all you got to do is change the channel. And sometimes we forget that whatever we're watching on our channel of life, of our own life, we can just flip the channel. We have to flip the frequency, right? We have to go from scarcity to abundance, and we have to be proactive about it. Because if you're reactive to life, notice if you don't clean your house, it gets dirty. By default, things in the universe, you are ready to be proactive. You take action, you switch your energy, and then all of a sudden, you start to attract the right people, the right opportunity. All of a sudden, your videos are going viral. All of a sudden, the best people are joining your business. It's just that process.
Boom. But it is interesting because even like watching sports, watching Netflix, I'm not saying you should never chill and have some downtime.
Yeah.
But it's crazy how some people literally they get off work and all they do is just play video games. Or they sacrifice a whole weekend watching college football and watching the NFL. And look, I love the Ravens, but you're basically watching someone else live their dream.
Wow.
That's what you're doing. You might say, oh, this new Netflix show or this new movie's coming out. Look, watch whatever you want to watch.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, look, there's a lot of shows we love. The Morning Show, Billions, Friends, GOT. Nadia doesn't like GOT too much.
Baby. But the question to
the
ask
point is
what is your E to E ratio? You guys remember E to E ratio? I think it's Brian Tracy, baby. Do you remember that?
What is this?
Oh my
What
gosh.
is this?
Baby, it's oils.
This is what she does.
Baby, you're 40 now. We are to really, really be proactive, truth be told, yes? But as Brian Tracy said, what is your E to E ratio, John? Remember?
Your entertainment to education
Boom.
ratio.
Please.
So many people
be mindful of that ratio.
after school stop learning. They stop reading. What's the average CEO? How many books a year?
Oh, that's a good question. Like 300 something, right? Or is that too many?
No,
A book a week?
It's probably like 50,
A book a minute?
It's probably like 50 books a year.
Anyways, it's a lot.
But they're a CEO and they're reading 50 books a year. Why do you think they're a CEO? Because they spend more time learning, right? Mark Cuban, what was he saying? He reads like 3 hours a day.
3 hours a day. Yeah.
And most people would rather watch Netflix for 3 hours a day.
Right.
You can't say, I want a filet mignon lifestyle with hot dog habits.
Right.
And here's the thing. Look, you could literally, and I learned this from Ray Higdon years ago, and even before that, Gary Vaynerchuk, Mike Dillard, learn stuff in your life. Maybe you read a book, maybe you go through a course, you listen to a podcast, you watch a video like this. Maybe you have a life experience. Maybe you go to the movies and there was like a great lesson and just turn around and do a video.
Yeah.
Right? Do a live
so
video,
good.
right? Do an IGTV, do a TikTok, do a YouTube, put value into the marketplace. And eventually you're going to have people that resonate with your message, with how you inspired them, how you empowered them. This ain't rocket science.
So good.
It's really that simple. And I want you to think about this. And I talked about this earlier.
What'd you say, baby?
Think about your favorite people to follow on TikTok, on YouTube, your favorite people to follow on social media. Are they constantly selling and pitching you? But if they did sell something, your favorite people, would you buy it from them? You probably would. You would probably buy from them because of law of reciprocity, because you trust them. You're like, I love their free stuff. I can't imagine what it's like to get their subscription stuff, the paid stuff, the courses. I can't imagine to be a coaching client for this person or be in their mastermind or go to their event or buy their product. I bet their product is amazing because they're so good at what they teach that I'm sure whatever products they're recommending, they've done their research. Do you get it? When you become an authority, when you become a person of influence, a person of trust, you can sell and promote anything, but you got to build up your social equity. And look, if you think about it, right? If you think about those people that you follow, right? Maybe they have 100,000 followers, maybe they have 1 million subscribers on YouTube. They could technically be in any MLM, any direct sales business. They could start their own business and they could make money because they have so many people that follow them and trust them that money will never be an issue again. And this is why we've been preaching building your personal brand for so many years.
Yeah.
If you want to never worry about money again, you have got to start producing content.
Yeah.
Period. End of story. And if you're not producing content, then you're obviously missing the boat on social media. Instead of being a marketer and a content creator, you're just a consumer. You're a part of the 90% that doesn't create content. You want to be a part of the 10%. And then here's the other truth. Here's the other reality is that if you are creating content and you're not generating leads, you're either A, not creating enough content or your content is uninteresting. And look, guys, talent is a factor. Talent is a factor, right? You have to like hold people's attention. You have to look, you can't sell the dream looking like a nightmare, right? you can't expect to show up once in a while or show up not like just casually and just winging it and expect to have success. Now, some of my, the people I like to listen to, like Gary said this just the other day when I was listening to him. And Gary Vaynerchuk's a great one to follow if you want to crush on social media. Like he does swear a lot, but outside of that, he's awesome. And I don't mind swearing. I'm not a big fan of doing it on social media because you never know when there's like a child in the room. And I would rather my kid doesn't hear someone swearing like a sailor all the time. But, he does say that like he would rather see you do, quantity versus quality. Now that's what Gary says, which is interesting because I feel like he contradicts himself also, because sometimes he'll say, what if you could only post once a day? How good would you make that piece of content? So I think, you should try to do a combination of quality and quantity. But if you had to choose, I would say probably quantity, because I would rather see someone get used to producing.
Especially in the beginning.
Right. When you don't have a big following, like you don't know what's going to hit, you don't know what's going to go viral.
Right.
And the thing is, the more you create content, the more efficient you become. So you can kind of get through creating. Like someone told me the other day, like, oh my God, it took me an hour to create a 5-second TikTok. But that's because it was their first TikTok. Yeah. Right. So the only way to learn a platform, it's like a sport, right? You got to pick up the ball, play the game.
And you have to equate. You have to give yourself more time when you're coming onto the new platform. So that's what we did, right? Legitimately for the last month plus, month and a half. So, and I told John, so I even primed John for this conversation. I'm like, baby, listen, what I want you to now have in your mind is that even though the video is 15 seconds, I want you to legit pretend like we're going to do a Facebook Live because we've been doing them for years and years and years. And it's not a problem in his mind to show up every day for 45 minutes and give his best. And I told him, visualize like 45 minutes is that time, but we're going to do a 15-second video because we're learning a platform, right? There's little nuances that are specific to that platform. But here's the good news, right? You budget 30 days, you give yourself extra time. Right. And then, like John said in the beginning, you guys, I'm a huge believer, yes, that quantity, you have to just put out 3 to 4 pieces of content on that platform at least for a month, because it's going to be that time for you to figure out what's the modality that you enjoy. It's going to take you time to figure out different ways to show up. Right. But also then as you do it consistently and you're using the hashtags and you're putting yourself in front of your audiences, you're looking for that sweet spot as well of what you love to create, what conversations, what keywords, right? But then also what hits with your audience. Right. Yes. And then within 30 days.
Right. And you can batch content.
You have good ideas. And then, of course, once you cut down your learning curve, you kind of feel like you're good, like you know what you're doing. Well, then you can employ some of these ninja ideas, and that is you can what you said.
Repurpose?
No, what did you say?
What were you talking about?
Batch.
Oh, batch content.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I just said that. I thought you were saying it earlier. Yeah.
Yeah.
So batch content. So like, for instance, yesterday, Dylan had a 90-minute baseball practice, right? Baseball season's right around the corner, which I can't believe. It's not really right around the corner, but it's starting to get serious.
I feel like it's January. All year long, baby. I don't ever feel like we ever get a break.
Pretty much all year. But we were
serious commitment.
It's 45. It's about 30 minutes away. So it's about 30 minutes away. So we were in the car for that 90 minutes. Yes. So we made some TikToks. We hit Starbucks. Right? Like we knocked out probably 3 or 4.
We brainstorm.
Yeah, we get excited. We we enjoy it.
It's like a new obstacle, baby. Talk about how you what you said that was really, really genius, baby? It's like you love when there is adversary. How do you call them?
An adversary. Yeah.
Talk about that a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, I like having an adversary, someone that I'm competing with. They might not even know it. But I'm competing with them, right? Because I'm like, I want more followers. I want more views. I want to make more money. It's good. You
kind of like Superman. And what's opposite of Superman?
Like Batman?
Yeah.
Or Batman was more envious of Superman. He actually watched the movie.
Enemy, Wonder Woman, who's her enemy?
Well, no, I don't want someone that's like a bad guy. I just want someone I'm competing with. That sounds
like Avengers, baby. Avengers.
Well, remember Chris Pratt? He was very envious of Thor. he didn't like how everyone idolized, and he was trying to mimic him. We love Avengers, especially
a good analogy.
Especially the funny Avengers,
arch nemesis.
See, I don't want an arch nemesis. Most of the people that I like to compete with, a lot of them, I actually like them, right? Yeah. And I guess there's maybe some that I'm not a big fan of. But it's good to have, what you think like, oh, once you're making $100,000 a month, you're good, like you're set. And I'm not saying we don't appreciate that, but it's like, then you get to 200 and you're like, this is nice. Then you get to 300,000 a month. You're like, oh,
it's
but
just
then there's somebody,
number,
but then there's somebody, it's not even about the money anymore.
Yes.
It's about like, number one, more money means more impact. So that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
But the other thing too, is it's like, there's someone making 500,000 a month. There's someone making $1 million a month. And you make $1 million a month, there's someone making 10 million a month. So the problem is you think in your mind, you're like, if I got to 5,000 a month, like I'd be set
and content.
Right. And now it's like,
but happiness
we'd be in trouble with 5,000.
Progress.
Right.
Happiness
exactly. That's
progress.
my point. It's like,
yeah.
you wonder like, why does, Tony Robbins still do why does he still do what he does? Like, why does he still run seminars? And he's in his 60s. He has like, how many companies does he have? Is it 400 or is it 60? He has a lot. He makes
60 companies
fortune.
That do over 5 billion.
Who cares? The point
it's
is,
a lot.
Why does Gary Vaynerchuk still do what he does? Why does Chalene Johnson, why does she do what she does? Like, these people have a purpose. They have an impact. And I'm telling you, they may not all admit it, but they all have someone where they're like, like that person, like her, him.
We should
like,
give it a name.
There's always Karen. There's always somebody that's doing better than you. And by the way, this is something I shared yesterday in our Facebook Live, and I think it's such a good perspective. There's people that appear to be doing better than you. Like they're, what the guy say in the video, he said, you see the guy racing down the highway in a Porsche, but you don't realize that he's like, running late because he's running late for divorce court or something, right? Like he's actually running late for a really bad day. Like even, what's his name? Not Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, wealthiest human being like ever. Isn't he the wealthiest? Does anyone know? I'm pretty sure he's the wealthiest human of all time. Wealthiest, but he just got divorced, right? And now his ex-wife is like one of the wealthiest. The point is, even the most successful people, they're successful in maybe one category. You see someone that's like jacked, right? They're like super muscular, or a woman that's got like a perfect body, but emotionally unintelligent. Or maybe this guy that's super jacked is actually like really, really unhealthy because he does steroids. Or maybe he's super fit, super healthy, but he's broke as a joke, or he has a terrible relationship with his kids. Yeah. The point is, it's extremely rare that someone is like tens across the board, spiritually, financially, health, right? So there's always something lacking.
Struggle with something.
Right.
We all struggle with something. And I think, because if you're joining us a little late and you read the description of this broadcast and you go, wait, what does this have to do with anything, right? But fundamentally, I just think fundamentally, when you start to rip away those little excuses, well, I'll get my marketing game up once this problem goes away, or I'm not ready for this because of this. And the truth is, it's never going to be the perfect time for you to start your business, to learn a new platform, to figure out your keywords, to get your personal brand going. It's never going to be a perfect time.
But don't bite off more than you can chew. There are some people that are like, they're trying to master 3 or 4 social platforms at the same time. And I do admit that sometimes we come at you fast. We come at you with ideas and guns blazing. And some of you are very part-time, and like you're trying to figure out one thing, and then you're jumping to this other thing. And then you hear, another trainer say this, and then one of your leaders in your company says that. And you're trying to learn too many different platforms, strategies simultaneously. That's one thing you're very good at. You're like, I'm like, babe, what about this? What about this?
Remember what we said?
No.
He's the wall.
This one later. This one talk to me next week. Got to focus on these projects, these priorities first.
Yes.
So that's cool too. And the reason we promote TikTok so much, quite frankly, is because, like, for instance, we have over 40,000 followers, over 30,000 in the last month.
Yeah.
Right? Like, when's the last time we put on 30,000 followers on any platform in a month? Never. So we know it's a hot platform, but with that being said, they also, again, they're categorizing MLM in the same category as Ponzi schemes, which we know that's not correct.
Right.
However, there are some MLMs out there that are very skeezy, sleazy, scammy. I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of some of them. And look, if you're in one of those companies, I'm sorry. I'm not going to sugarcoat it or I'm not going to say that I like your company. Now, by the way, I never mention company names. It's very rare.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of anything that has to do with crypto and MLM. You want to get involved in crypto, go buy some crypto. Like, go learn how to trade, but don't do an investment. Let me say it like that. Don't do an investment crypto MLM. If it costs $1,000, $5,000, $10,000 or more, run. Because here's the problem. Even if you make money, somebody at the bottom of the scheme ain't making money, and they're going to blame you. They're going to blame you. And you might have to pay back that money. They call it clawback.
Hey, John, can you speak to something really quick? Because
No sound.
I also think, no, we do have sound.
Okay, that's just one person.
Yeah.
You hit the mute button, maybe.
But here's John, what I do want you to speak to. Okay. So let's say we're just gonna assume that you're part of an amazing network marketing business, right? But we also talked a little bit about how you can be a part of the best company in the whole industry, but there's gonna be good people and bad people inside that same company. And unfortunately,
that's inevitable.
The way that this work is what one does, if there's one or just a couple of bad seeds, essentially, inside a company, inside the industry, all of us could be sabotaged by that. Okay. So how do we show up? And one thing, you guys, that I really, really love about the way that John does what he does is that's why we branded him around real John Melton. He's very real. So I think the big problem inside the network marketing industry is when we are so excited about the opportunity. I get it, right? We have this amazing opportunity. We have these really awesome products that we're super psyched about. And of course, we want to show up to the marketplace. We want to showcase our enthusiasm, but what you want to avoid is speaking 100% to the benefits and what it does without mentioning that, listen, if you don't take the product, it doesn't work, right? Like, you have to do the also 80-20 when you're promoting your business and you're promoting your product, because then it makes it real. It makes it opposite of it's too good to be true. And you're like so good at it. So maybe give us a couple of examples so we really understand.
I mean, if someone's asking me questions or they're interested in our business, and by the way, I see some of you asking that over on TikTok, you can just message us. Just shoot us a direct message on TikTok. It's a lot easier that way because we're doing a live video right now. But, essentially, if I say, hey, you have great products, credible comp plan, we got the best system on the planet, we'll work with you and partner with you, but we're looking for people that are positive, that are coachable, that have a work ethic. It does take hard work. It does take time. It took me 7 years to fire my boss and become full-time in the direct sales and network marketing industry. It was not easy.
Yeah.
I had a lot of people peeing in my Cheerios. I know it's a gross visual, but it's good. It's true.
Yeah.
Like, I had a lot of naysayers and negative Nancys telling me that won't work. Those things don't work. You're not going to make any money. But honestly, they motivated me. What motivated me in the early years, because I wasn't making money, was all the naysayers and the haters and the people telling me it wouldn't work. And I wanted to prove them wrong, because to me, I didn't want to have a job. I didn't want to have journey of the broke, just over broke. I didn't want to work for someone else and build their dream. Now, listen, I'm not knocking jobs, by the way. I'm just saying that wasn't for me. I didn't want that path.
Right.
I wanted to be a business owner. I wanted freedom.
Yeah.
Freedom motivated.
Right.
That's what I wanted. And I knew I couldn't get that. In my opinion, I couldn't create that working a 9-to-5 or working my way up the corporate ladder. It just wasn't for me.
Baby, give us an example with the product. How can you
talk
about the product?
Yeah, see, listen, this product is incredible. Like, we have our lean body system. It's phenomenal. Like, it's easy on the stomach. The trim tastes amazing. Like, it's literally the best weight loss product line that I've ever used, but it doesn't necessarily work right away for everyone. And I like telling maybe a story. There's this woman on our team, Jen Uhas. Like, I like her story because she said she took pictures and measurements, and it took 90 days before she really started to lose the weight, but her clothes weren't as tight, right? The clothes were really loose on her. She could tell in her before and after pictures, like, she was losing some inches, but it wasn't until months like 4 and 5 that the weight started falling off. And within 1 year, she lost 100 pounds.
That's crazy.
If you make something sound too good to be true, number one, you're probably not going to sell as much product, makeup, skincare, health and wellness products, whatever. You're not going to sell as much product because people will be like, sure. They're like, you're just a liar. I can tell you're lying. Number one. Number two, if they do buy the product and it doesn't work like a miracle, like it does, they don't get rich quick. They don't make a lot of money
You
fast.
lose credibility.
You lose credibility. And they're gonna say that was a scam. And they're gonna go on the internet, write reviews. Like, I took it for 2 weeks. I didn't lose a single pound. It's like, it took you years to put on the weight and you thought within 2 weeks you'd be super skinny. No. Now, again, everybody's body is different. So some people might not lose weight until month 2, 3. Some people, have less to lose. And truthfully, some people, they don't actually take the products every day. Like, there's all these variables.
Right.
So I think it's so important. And just the way I'm talking about it right now is how you should talk about it.
Yeah.
If you make something sound like it works for 100% of the people, that's like saying everybody that joins the gym gets in shape.
Yeah.
And by the way, even the people that go to the gym, not everybody sees results and gets great results, right? Because they go, but only once a week. And when they go, they spend more time talking than working out. You get it?
I heard Chalene Johnson give this analogy and I loved it. She called it the neighbor's approach, right? So if you are selling a juicer, right, then your neighbor asks, hey, what juicer are you using right now? I see you kind of mention it, a couple times. And then you would say, oh, I'm using this juicer. It's slow juicer, right? Because the heat actually does XYZ. I'm not versed on the juicer. Anyway, so it's a slow juicer. It's this, but it is a little pricey. Do you know what I mean?
Boom.
Yes. So just visualize, you say 4 to 5 sentences to edify your product. Obviously, there's a reason why you're excited to put your brand on the line to back this product that you're representing. But then what is the truth behind it? That you can say, oh, but
it's more expensive.
It's more expensive
because it actually works.
Right.
Right. Like, you get what you pay for.
Right.
Someone goes, oh, well, it's more expensive than the grocery store brand. It's like, yeah, well, it sucks. That product's got toxins in it, whatever. Right. So that's a perfect example. It's got this. I love it, but it is a little expensive.
It is a little pricey.
Keep it 100.
But see how you can just, and it's almost like that's how you would talk to your best friend.
Right.
How would you talk about something?
You would just tell the truth
to your best friend. You would
You'd say, oh, it works.
Like the benefits and go,
right.
But what I found is, most people find it challenging to take it every day. They forget. So here's
it's an acquired taste.
Right.
Right. Or this product didn't taste great, or hey, it doesn't smell great, but it does the job.
Right.
Do you get that? So just the more, dude, you just got to be honest, man. Like, be real. Like, I posted this the other day on Facebook and I'm like, dear network marketer, don't lie about your income.
Right.
Because then you don't have to remember what you said. This business is hard enough. Having to keep track of all your lies, like, how much did I say I made to that person? Right? Like, if you just tell the truth and you're 100% honest, and this is a whole other conversation. I don't want to go on a rant about this, but I just think ultimately when it comes to social media, people want to buy from and partner with people that they feel truly care about them.
Yeah.
And they are relatable. They're likable. They're a trustworthy person. And if you're not getting results, you just haven't built up the trust factor. You haven't built up your credibility. You don't have enough social equity, and you're trying to withdraw from an empty bank account. You need to pour more into your audience, into your following. And look, sometimes you're going to question whether it's worth it. I get it. And I'm here to say, thank God we kept going.
Yep.
Because we could have quit many times. If you know our full story, we could have quit many, 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 many times. And many people would have. Yeah. And many people have with similar stories.
Yes.
Thank God we kept going because yes, it is hard, very hard at times. But thank God we didn't quit. That's right, Christine. Lying, bragging, fishing, flashing money. Yeah. Yeah. Gives network marketing a bad rap.
Just when in doubt, let us be classy. Let us show up to the marketplace and pretend like you're talking to your grandmother. Like if your grandmother or your kids watch that video, would that be a good thing?
Right.
Would that be a good filter to put it through?
I think that's really good. And I think another thing to point out too is if you are making a lot of money, talk about your humble beginnings.
Yeah.
If you did lose a lot of weight and you are in great shape, talk about what it was like to be overweight. Because the people that are struggling, they sometimes look at you and they maybe have some envious feelings, or you don't understand, my life is different, or you don't know. And so the more relatable you can be to let them know, like, I've been there, I've been broke, I've been behind on my bills, I've had more month than money.
Yeah.
I know what it's like to have the bill collectors calling. I know what it's like to have bad credit. I know what it's like to lose $1 million in real estate. I know what it's like. Look, I don't know what it's like to be super overweight. I've never been super overweight. But here's the other thing. I can tell the story of someone else.
Yeah.
See, I do believe you should be a product of your product. But with that being said, if I owned Huggies diapers, or I was like the CEO, top executives. Anyway, if I owned Huggies diaper, I'm not wearing the diaper.
I hope not.
You follow me?
Not yet, baby. You're only.
But I know 40. It works. You're only 40, exactly. I know it works. I know it works.
Gosh, that's
so
funny.
Do you get that? Like sometimes people feel like I can't sell this product. It didn't change my life like it changed Sarah's life.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, but share Sarah's story. Do you know anyone that maybe could relate to Sarah? Maybe interview Sarah. Maybe share her story on your TikTok or your Instagram.
Love it. That's so good. Was this valuable for you guys? Let us know in the comments below. Oh, and if you have a question for us, baby, what's our text message number? Think on your feet.
Literally zero idea. 443
something. I know, right? Hang on, let me grab it. Because you guys, you can text us if you have a good question that you want to.
Yeah, if there's any other questions regarding TikTok or the Facebook, the gram, let us know.
Yeah, baby.
I'm about to work out. So we're going to wrap this bad boy up. Community text number 443-241-2725. 443-241-2725. I wonder how many people actually wrote that down. Can you see it?
Baby.
You can text this number. I knew she was going to get annoyed. Oh, you can't show that. 443-241-2725. Oh, look at that. Kyle, you are on it, brother. Oops. Baby, someone said, can we text in the UK? No, probably not. But you could also just message this page. Right, Nadya?
Yeah.
That's monitored as well. All right, y'all are amazing. If you want more training just like this, go to mylifestyleacademy.com, mylifestyleacademy.com. Show up with value, lead with content, lead with empowerment, entertainment, lead with your story. And then, of course, it'll be that much easier to promote your products and your opportunity. Cool? All right, guys. Maddie 5000. Hasta luego. Till next time. Peace out. Oh, and Merry Christmas to all of you that celebrate Christmas. Merry Christmas.